The Mini ROK class coming towards the end of its first season in Great Britain. Charlie Pritchard, Jacob Woods and Luke Sintler sharing the spoils across the first 6 heats. No clear dominator in this class. That's exactly what we want going into the final. It's Charlie Pritchard and Jacob Woods on the front row. From Sintler and Ethan Simmons, then Zane Quaker and Sam Willey. From Charlie Benson, Kira Harris and Cameron Edmonds. Let's go racing here at Hooton Park in Mini ROK. Charging down to the first corner. Very good start from Jacob Woods. Oh, it was! And he's lost the back end of the kart. Just got one wheel onto the grass, and that's all it took. And he knows how big a devastating moment that is. And now the leader's gone! That's Charlie Pritchard! Pritchard spins from the lead! I don't believe it! That is 2 men from the front end of the field who have dropped it. They were the front row drivers. So let's watch Woods. Looks across to 24, Charlie Pritchard, no problem at all, going well. Now he wants to get the faster line around the outside, and he's just nudged a wet patch as he goes on the exit of the pit lane there. And that's pirouetted him around.
Watch his reaction. He knows Jake, he's just chucked it away. Look at his head.
Devastating.
Oh, he's sick.
And that's
Absolutely
nothing.
sick.
That's nothing compared to Charlie Pritchard. Look, the kart is already starting to get away from him. He's hit the throttle a split second too early. That's all it's taken.
Yeah, he's spun up the rear tyres and he's done a complete turn. That's both the men on the front row. Zane Quaker is up to 3rd, Jake. Charlie Benson 4th. Zane Quaker 3rd. It sounds so good. I'm going to say it again. Zane Quaker is 3rd.
From 6th on the grid, that is a
All
brilliant
his family
start.
members watching in Iraq. We have people watching the YouTube channel in Iraq to follow Zane. And he's up to 3rd place. It's a podium for Quaker at the moment. Simmons is running in 2nd. And Sintler, Jake, Luke Sintler. Now, he's had a challenging season, to say the least.
Oh, there's Benson. Benson goes around right in front of Kira Harris.
Yeah, Kira Harris
she
does a
did
great
so
job.
well to avoid
Great
a massive problem there, Kira Harrison. Charlie Benson spun. Nobody hit him. How close, though, did Kira Harris come? Look, she's following in Benson's wheel tracks here. Benson does the stereotypical moment at this. Look, he's starting to get crossed up. Kira Harris, that is a split-second decision.
That's brilliant driving by Kira to be aware, not run into him and keep her momentum going. So Harris now in 4th place. That's Jacob Woods recovering on the 33. It's Simmons in 2nd. Zane Quaker is 3rd, Jake. Sounds so good. I'm going to say it one more time.
We've got 2 more go off. That's Benson, and I think that is also Sam Willey who's gone. So Benson's gone, Willey's gone.
Oh my goodness, what is going on?
Falling
And
off the
Pritchard's
circuit.
made up places, but Pritchard knows.
Drivers falling off the circuit, left, right and centre. But Charlie Pritchard has dropped it from the lead on the first lap. Let's watch again. They're going to come into picture sideways. There comes one. Wait for the other one. He's already spun. So that's Benson and Willey. So Benson for the 2nd time, and Sam Willey unfortunately spinning too. So that's allowed Charlie Pritchard to go through, past both of them into P6.
Pritchard is having an Alex Biles moment in that helmet, Jake. He knows that that incident on the first lap is going to cost him any chance of winning this race now, but he's just got to get his head down, do the best he can.
Well, let's take stock of the situation. We're on lap 4 now, and it's a complete shuffle of the deck of cards, isn't it? We've got Luke Sintler in 1st position from Ethan Simmons, and they're very similar on pace at the moment. Zane Quaker has solidly got himself into 3rd position, dodging the carnage. Kira Harris in 4th, in front of Jacob Woods now. So Woods was the first big name to drop it.
Yep.
And he's there in 5th place in front of Pritchard, Benson and Willey, the other 3 who have had those incidents happen. So you are going into this race thinking, well, there's not many drivers on the grid, but when you think the half of them have fallen off, that's just telling you the kind of race we're having.
Yeah, this is a battle for 4th, and Jacob Woods is going to go past Kira Harris sometime soon. Jacob Woods, the most experienced driver on this circuit. Jake's been here since Friday doing a load of testing. Into 4th place, back into 4th for Jacob. But, as you know, he knows when he went off there, he was looking at the heavens knowing, oh my goodness, what a mistake. He actually had the lead for a short period of time, going past Charlie Pritchard. Yeah, and then I'm not sure what happened. Did he must have hit the brakes and just spun it around all his own work.
He went into the pit exit because in the major flow of racing, that's the fastest way to get into that first corner.
It is, yeah.
So maybe it's just not the key in the first corner. Maybe in the first corner, the first lap of the race. Maybe it just caught him out because there was a wet patch there and he hit that and the kart pirouetted around. So it's got to be it's fine when you're up to speed and you're hitting that at full throttle, but when you're trying to get yourself into a good track position and the kart's still a little bit cold, that's when it's ended up coming against him. But Luke Sintler out in front from Ethan Simmons, running a great race there in second.
Keep an eye on that gap, Jake, between Zane Quaker, third. Say it again, Zane Quaker, third. 13.001 behind the leader, but look at that, he's 4.2 ahead of Jacob Woods as things stand, but Woods is coming.
There goes
and
Pritchard.
So is Pritchard.
Yeah, Pritchard makes the move on Kira Harris. Harris getting back. Now, the key factor is this man, Jacob Woods. He is the key factor here because at the beginning of the last lap, he was 18.5 seconds back. He's now 17.2 back, so he's going faster than the race leader Luke Sintler at the moment. So he is charging hard.
Sintler doesn't need to go fast though, Jake.
No,
He's got a 5-second lead, and Sintler's experienced enough. I'm really pleased for him because he's having a really difficult season. Not that I'm happy for Charlie Pritchard throwing it off or Jacob Woods. They've all had challenging seasons really, and any one of them that have won would be a great weekend for them. I'd be pleased for all of them. But Sintler, the great Dan Ladd setup, and Luke here he's going to turn his entire season round if he can hold on. He just needs to keep it on the black and off the green. That's Quaker. He's 15.5, 18, he's now 3.3 behind Woods. Woods is closing him, but Pritchard is closing Woods. Who's going to finish third, Jake?
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting because Zane Quaker's got all the pressure going to be piled upon his shoulders very soon indeed. Woods closing on Quaker, Pritchard closing on Woods and Quaker. So this will be a very interesting challenge. And that's Pritchard going for Woods, so Pritchard's got there first. Pritchard has got into fourth position past Jacob Woods before he can even close in on Zane Quaker. As we talked about it, Pritchard is through past Woods. Now Woods had a really tricky lap the last time around. I wonder if he's made an error. And Charlie Pritchard was able to get him. They lost about 4 seconds on that lap between them. So I think Woods made another error somewhere, and that's allowed Charlie Pritchard to get an opportunity to come through in a fourth place.
That's Sam Woolley. Just going behind the race leader there. Sintler's gone past him, put a lap on him.
Quaker's still doing well in third position with the Mark Baines Motorsport graphics on the kart. He's got a bit of a reputation as Mark Baines of bringing drivers in as fresh new talents, fresh new blood in the domestic and regional scene.
I'll be honest, Jake, he doesn't know anything compared to me. He don't know anything compared to me. I had a word with Zane Quaker early in the weekend, and this is why he is in third place currently. It's all down to me. It's nothing to do with Mark Baines. That is Ethan Simmons, though. Second place. Ethan is well clear, isn't he? I'm not sure he would have expected this. 3 trophies on offer, 1 Ferrari watching this because only 9 drivers have entered. Unfortunately, they were trying their best to get 10 in it to go with 3 Ferrari watches.
Yeah, Cameron Edmonds was the one who struggled to make it to the grid for this one, of course, the original entry, but for some reason Cameron Edmonds has not been able to get to the finish of this one. That was the gold chassis of Sam Woolley you were watching there. Jacob Woods coming through, and there's Kira Harris, one of the most charming young ladies you're going to meet in the world of karting. Represented her country at the British Grand Prix as one of the F1 grid kids earlier this year, along with Scott Fraser Anderson and quite a few of the other youngsters that are coming through. It's a great little scheme that as well, actually, to give these kids a bit of an aspiration, to go, something to reach for, something to shoot for. When you're there on the grid, they're going to remember that for the rest of their lives, and that's something they'll tell their grandkids. They will tell them, I was there on the grid, standing beside Valtteri Bottas and Kimi Raikkonen just before they did the Grand Prix. Now look at that, Sam Woolley, he's being lapped by the leaders there. Ethan Simmons going through, and he's just allowing them, he's just pointing them, come on, you can come through this way. I'm not going to make it, I'm not going to make things difficult for you, I'm just going to let you go. And that's very smart driving from Woolley. Oh, look, Pritchard's in front of Quaker.
Oh,
so Pritchard's gone through.
Zane's lost his podium spot, but listen, got to take the positives. It's been a good day for Zane Quaker so far. Is he going to lose fourth, though? This is going to be close. 10 laps gone for the leaders, so 2 to go. I think Zane may hold on to fourth, though, and that will be his best result of the season.
He's done a very good job in the latter part of the year, Zane Quaker. We see this a lot with a lot of the youngsters that come over to Britain. You start in sort of a very casual sort of, you have to run through the developmental stages. You have to take these problems, you have to take these difficulties. It's that one good weekend, that one good result that just rockets your confidence. And I think this is going to be the one for Zane Quaker. He's a driver that in 2020, not just in the domestics, but also even in the nationals, because he's going to be trying to make that next step up. He's a driver you need to keep an eye on because he's got that potential. He's got that one lap ability to really stand on the edge of what he can do. So he has got that potential. Luke Sintler across the line, and he takes the 12th lap into a very, very slippery set of circumstances. He's attacking the racing line, though, I notice. He's not really been running the stereotypical, conventional wet weather line. He will attack those curbs on the inside line, and he's got the confidence to make it work.
14.5 seconds. What a win this is. We've been denied a fantastic battle. I think the battle between Pritchard and Sintler, particularly those two, we could have been watching two drivers nose to tail here on the last lap. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But from Luke Sintler's point of view, listen, you can only do your job and keep your kart facing the right way. Unfortunately for Charlie, he's chucked it away and he's going to be disappointed with the third place. But Luke Sintler is going to be delighted with the win, Jake.
To finish first you must finish, and Luke Sintler has done so in amazing style. That is the highlight of his 2019 season. He walks away as the Mini ROK Masters IKR Houghton Park winner, and he'll take the trophy and the Ferrari watch. Ethan Simmons, very admirable effort there in second place. What a comeback drive. It's going to take a few... Oh, goodness me, Charlie Pritchard very nearly getting thrown off the circuit in the final bend there as he battles with Charlie Benson. And to the line, Woods is going to try and beat Quaker, doesn't quite make it for fourth position. Oh, they've tagged after the line.
Wow.
I've never seen that before.
I think Charlie
That's Benson and Woods.
The exit there is into Parc Ferme, and I think Charlie, let's have a look. Charlie is trying to leave to go into Parc Ferme and not realising that they're actually making them go round for an extra lap. He's trying to leave the track.
Oh dear, Jacob, oh dear.
Who knows he's going to do an extra lap and gets collected.
Well, unfortunately for Jacob Woods, that to a certain degree, that sort of adds insult to injury in a certain way.
Here's the marshal. So this is what they've been doing. I don't know why they've done that this weekend. I think it's because the run to the Parc Ferme exit is quite short. In these conditions, they're making them go round, do another lap, and I think Charlie got caught out there.
Well, a very dramatic race for so many different reasons. Luke Sintler takes the victory, though, and deservedly so in the conditions. Ethan Simmons is next up from Charlie Pritchard and Zane Quaker. Jacob Woods splashes his way to fifth in front of Kira Harris from Sam Woolley. And then it's Cameron Edmonds and Charlie Benson at the back of the queue.